Basically, I just wanted to give an update on her condition. She is still in critical condition. She has a broken femur, a broken mandible. She's just starting now to come out of her sedation. We've kept her pretty heavily sedated so she didn't have to be in any pain. I knew Kourtney is not the type of child that would ever take off. That she is just an exceptional person. She's a National Honor Society. She works. She's the varsity cheerleading captain for the football team. She comes home every night and sits with her 10-year-old brother and does homework with him. She's just one of the kindest, nicest people you'll ever meet. She would never do anything to worry her or myself or her father. That's just not her. She texted him when she left her friend's house, "I'm on my way home," and she, when she gets to wherever she's going, she lets us know she made it okay. And her friend said, she told me when she got home, she texted me. She's very responsible, very, very responsible. She's not a child you have to discipline at all. I can't remember the last time I've ever had to even say, "Did you do your homework?" She's great.
How far from the text that was sent to your husband, her father, and then from when you hadn't heard from her, what was that time period? How did you know that something went wrong?
He got a text at 11:36, and she was gonna stay with him. So it was the next morning. He had been up all night texting her. I went over there immediately the next morning and we filed a missing person report. Unfortunately, the police can't do anything immediately, but we did. We never stopped. I mean, I put him in the car, and she has several friends that live in the Lisbon area in Lewiston. We went to every house. The last person she was with was very cooperative and very concerned. I had no doubt from the beginning that he was not involved in anything. You could hear it in his voice, and I saw him, and he was very, very concerned. So I had no fear of that, but then as days go by, you think, all right, he was the last person that saw her. And a lot of stuff goes through your head. When you get to the point that you're praying that your daughter's been abducted so that maybe somebody will let go, that she can escape, that's where I was at. Please, someone, if you took her, let her go now. I just didn't want her to be dead. And that would have been better, as awful as it may sound. But she's okay.
She's 17.
She's
so
17.
She must be a junior?
She's a senior.
Oh, senior.
Yes.
To Mount Ara?
Yes.
What was she doing? Where was she coming home from?
She does the early college for me program at the community college in Auburn. So she has a algebra class that she takes at college, as well as her high school stuff, and she works at Wendy's and she cheerleads, and she's a very, very busy child.
What high school did you say again?
She goes to Mount Ara.
What's her sister's name, her twin sister?
Her twin sister is Whitney,
Can you spell that?
Whitney.
And you said she has a little brother as well?
She has 2 older sisters and a younger brother.
Did Whitney have any feelings about what?
Whitney always felt that she was okay. You have a gut feeling. You know that they're okay. It's just, where are they? And the whole family felt it. We all knew it. It was just a matter of time before we found her. And, we did everything you could do. You just don't give up. You have to just keep going and going and going. But I can honestly say these people that have lost their children for 4, 5, 18 years, I couldn't imagine how they do it. That was the worst 48 hours of my life.
Do you remember what the police said to you initially on the phone when they called to tell you she was okay?
The officer that called was Officer Gillum, whom I've known for a very, very long time.
What did Mark say?
He said, "I have good news, we found her. she's been involved in an accident, but she's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And he said, she told me the hospital that she was at, and I said, you're positive it's her? And he said, I'm absolutely positive it's her.
And it sounded like you knew Troy as well?
Yes. Brunswick and Topson's not a very big area. We've known, I probably was 10 years old when I met Troy Garrison, roller skating. My husband's known Troy his whole life. He went to school with him and as well. It's a very small community. You know everybody, and everybody knows you.
Have you been able to talk with him or?
Troy, I have, and he's very happy. Obviously, I couldn't imagine how he felt. I know he had said he had to giggle when her answer was, we've been looking for you, and she said, well, I've been right here. And he said it just felt so good. He said she was very upbeat, but the guy's a hero. He really is. He gave it his all. He never stopped, and none of them did. They were great. When I went in there, they had it was just like something you'd see on CSI. It was like these men are just giving it their all. They had, I would say, at least 8 officers completely devoted to this. And every time I called, they did their best to update me. They were very, very good at keeping me involved in everything. They really are, they worked well as a team. I had no issues at all with them. They were really great.
Katherine, when you look back at that 48-hour period, is there anything you would do differently?
I regret that we listened to the phone company. They were off. If we'd have just gone with the route she would have taken home instead, because I kept saying, why would she cross the river? There was no reason for her to cross the river. And they kept saying, but it's over there. It wasn't over there. But with us going over there, we could eliminate it, so the police could look elsewhere. And we covered that whole area. When we got done, we knew there was no way she was over there. There was not a nook or cranny we didn't look in. And if I violated anyone's privacy, well, I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
What about just the way the officer found her, the chances of that? I mean, you play that.
I just keep playing it over in my head, He said he could hear something, and so he had to go down over the hill. I haven't been there. Everybody keeps saying to me, you wouldn't just look over the edge and see, I'm glad he took that extra effort to go. From what you could see from the road, there was no reason to keep going. There were no skid marks in the road. I don't even know how many times I drove past that site looking for her. I mean, I would dare say at least 30 times, never knowing she was there. I mean, me and my husband went up every driveway on that road, down to the boat launch. Her uncle was out there, my stepfather, everybody was out there, and you're looking for signs to make you go over that edge to look more, and the signs weren't there. Friends, and she's gonna be okay, guys. It's hard for the kids to not see her. It's hard for someone to say she's gonna be okay and not see it themselves. When they kept saying, she's okay, but I couldn't see her at the beginning, I was just one toe and I'll know it's her. I just wanted me to see her. They could tell me it was her all day long, but you don't know her from a hole in the wall, so just show me something of her so I know it's her. And they're feeling the same way. They're kids, they're still young. And there's a lot of rumors going around, crazy rumors, which just happen, and don't believe them. We all know Kourtney's okay. She has all her body parts, a couple of them are broken. She's gonna be marching down the aisle for graduation, and she'll be back in that school before long, and we'll all be behind everybody. But I also want everyone to know it's Kourtney's story, and if Kourtney wants to tell it, you know, she's more than welcome to. If Kourtney doesn't want to relive it, I don't blame her. I don't want to relive it either. But the day's gonna come where, you know, she might want to tell her story. It does, it's a feel-good story, it had a great ending, but it's still her story, and if she can tell it if she wants to.